Hello, everyone. Welcome back to All About Mag. It's all about CFFL, where we bring you the latest news, the latest happenings in the Community Flag Football League. Um, Today, it's myself, Bobby of WL Sports, and with me hosting this is
I am the diligent, patient, and meticulous, analytical, methodical individual, the Adibola Ogundoba.
yes, sir, and we're gonna bring you so much juicy stuff that happened this week. Oh my God, what a week of football, Debola.
Yes, sir. Whew. We can't wait to give you everything that happened. Boy, was it an interesting week to say the least.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yep, yep. So let me get us off right. We're starting with the play of the week for the week four recap. Bobby, what are you thinking for the play of the week?
Um, the week the week started off, we started off with our predictions. Oh, this game, that game, oh, two killer games in between. First game, last game, killer games. Must watch. But there was a game in between those two games that we completely missed that ended up for me being the game of the week. And now the play of the week for me. Echo Giants balled out this week. My goodness, it
Yep,
was it was
yep.
it was a sight to behold. That's my play of the week, and it's the whole Echo Giants, man.
I wholly agree. I've got different plays here from their team, but what I have here, first of all, is the entire Giants team, right?
Yeah.
You just have this is what happens when a team is clicking on all cylinders,
Mm-hmm,
right?
mm-hmm.
Like you just have upsets that just put you like, what's going on? Like we thought one thing was gonna happen and then this happened. But more on that in our next segment. To cap off play of the week, I have the girl that caught the one-handed pick. I believe her name was Uche, right? The ball that came through, you would think it was for her directly, right? And you
Mm-hmm.
know, it's like, oh, this ball is coming directly to me. Let me catch it with two hands. She's like,
Yeah.
nah, I'm gonna do one hand and shock everybody. Ooh.
Oh
So
God,
that for me was just incredible.
it was.
But yeah, that's it for the play of the week. Moving on to our next segment, score lines and storylines, where we break down the each team and their scores and what happened in between.
I have a statement to make.
First off,
I have a statement to make before we start.
mm, mm, mm,
What is wrong with all these teams in this league? They are making us look terrible. You can't predict anything because you don't know who's gonna, it's just gonna be this or that. It's absolutely crazy out here the way you can expect something from a team and it's completely different. Now, this is for all teams because at this moment, there are no sure odds. There's nothing, you
yep,
can't anticipate anybody because right now, check out this acronym. Anybody can beat anybody. Akbar. And that's why CFFL right now is the greatest. Absolutely. So,
Akbar.
yeah. So for me, right now, I just, public service announcement and apologies to everybody because we cannot predict you people. All of you are mad. All teams are crazy.
Please, please, from me to you, bet responsibly. I mean, from me to you as well. You know, don't bet unless it's on yourself. But if you are going to bet, bet responsibly. 18 plus. Please and thank you.
Mm, bro.
Yeah. But moving on to our first game, we have the Spartans versus the Outlaws. The Spartans played. Actually, should we do what our predictions were before we call out the actual scores?
Yes, sir.
I think our predictions first would tee people up for what the actual score was.
Yeah,
Bobby,
no.
you predicted the Spartans to score 22 and the Outlaws to score or rather, the Spartans to score 20, I should say, and the Outlaws to score 22.
Mm-hmm.
I predicted the Spartans to score 15 and the Outlaws to score 18. Now, Bobby, you were correct. The Outlaws did, in fact, score 22. But the Spartans, the Spartans joined your score 20, my score 15, and added two on top, 37. The score was 37 to 22 in favor of the Spartans. Bobby, what do you have to say about that?
I tried, at the end of the day, it wasn't completely off. But you know what? Yeah. The Outlaws, they're getting themselves together. They're getting themselves together. I think I've come to that point where I've seen that when it comes to the high hopes I had for the team, it's absolutely still there. But I think we need to understand is that it's also a team that's in transition. They are rebuilding. The core of the team, the spine of the team, um, quote unquote, has been changed. The QB, key receivers. Yes, we have some people missing on the sidelines, but still, it's still a team that is, it's on a transition. So, the expectations will have to be, tainted a little bit. So I expected more, of course, from the Outlaws. But then again, the Spartans showed why they are the champions. And I don't know,
Right.
it's confusing right now because what is wrong with them? Are they not meant to start off slow? Everybody knows the Spartans start off slow and then they hit playoff form towards the end of the season. How are you hitting playoff form in week 3? Should we be worried? Like, what is going on? Is this If this is week 3 form and you're only meant to get better, what's gonna happen? Like literally, the first half ended 21-1. Farouk did not even play. Is that not madness? Is that not madness? So, at the end of the
Mm,
day, great work from the Spartans. It's a team full of dogs right now. Former MVP Uju being back, those shorthand tosses from Femi are back. If you cover her, Salamatu is at the back with one which can catch any ball in the air, just straight there. She's gonna catch it. If somehow she's covered, there is Kemi that is just chilling on the side, ready to receive the ball. Where do you If that doesn't happen, Toye will see, you know what? Yeah, the team is stacked, and there's a reason why we're the champions. So
yeah,
great work, Spartans.
yeah, yeah. Definitely, definitely a dominant team with no visible weaknesses. And they showed that in this game. Moving on to the second game, the shock, the shocking game of the week. The one that got everybody thinking and heads throbbing. But the team that won was definitely happy that they won. We have the Mavericks versus the Giants. Bobby, we predicted the same scoreline. The Mavericks with 35 and the Giants with 14. Now, picture this for a second. Picture if you switched our prediction and just minus 4 from the 35. That's the scoreline we get. We have the Mavericks with 14 and the
Mm-hmm.
Giants with 31. A truly shocking game. Bobby, your
Truly,
thoughts?
truly, truly, truly shocking. I noticed the switch as well, and it's crazy because during that game, yes, the Giants scored first, but we were saying, okay, you know what? I mean, LSC scored first against Spartans some weeks ago. It happens. Scoring first does not change what happens. But okay, then they scored again. Okay, then they scored again. And it was kind of like, do you know that meme where there's somebody with a stick and it's like, do something? I was like, Mom, guys, do something. What's going on? How did we allow this happen? And that's exactly what that game looked like. Defensively, shocking. Offensively, picks all around. Um, it's like this was like the final boss to test Larry's anger. And you know, it's it's a lot of work that the Mavericks
Mm,
need to do. Because I was looking forward to a great game. Where was the 28 points you guys scored, or 24 points you scored against the Titans? That team that scored those number of points is the same team that played this game. So it's
yeah,
there. The athletes are there. This game
yeah.
was not just great. And I'm sorry I spent so long on the Mavs because I don't want to take anything away from the Giants. They balled out.
Mhm.
I don't know what Wale is feeding those kids. They balled out. I've been looking at the Giants and I've said, okay, you know what? They've been improving, a lot of growth. It's great. I just want to call out some people. My player to
Yeah, yeah,
watch, Echo Giants, Faustina. And
yeah.
secondly, the person I noticed again that I didn't know was on the team, but I saw how their female QB stepped in and does the simple stuff, but it's hella effective. That's all for me.
Right, right. On my end, I have a thing for those who do not know. It was a post-rainy game for everyone this week,
Yeah.
and the Giants seem to have had their heads above the clouds because the rain did not affect their style of play in any way.
At all.
Contrary, they were beaming. They were like, "Yeah, this is our game," capitalizing on everything. And that just goes to show that when the Giants are catching, they are a team to watch out for.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
yeah, on the other side, I'd have to say for the Mavericks, definitely it was definitely interesting to see what it was like at the QB position this week. A lot of mistakes that you just don't expect, right? Key thing to note, Muna,
Muna,
female QB for Mavericks,
Muna,
was out this week.
Muna was
So
missing.
that contributed, I should say, to the Mavericks' performance. But
Absolutely.
in no way did it take away from the Giants' performance.
Yeah.
So kudos to them.
Facts.
And
Facts.
lastly, last thing I will say, on an interesting note, Coach Larry was in a reflective mood as opposed to his usual cinematic antics. It was definitely an interesting game. Definitely an interesting.
Yeah, and
But yeah,
I love the way they handled the situation on the sidelines. That's from the team, and of course Larry, like you mentioned, it was really just a thing of, okay, you know what, we're going to reflect on this loss. I've seen teams in the league that's, after such a loss, is pandemonium. Everybody can see it's a chaotic scene. But the Mavs took this loss well, and I'm sure that, they would reflect on it and, come back stronger next week.
yep. Moving on to the third game, we have the two L's of the league, the two L's of CFFL. But only one team came away with the L. The other team had a W in the bag. Had the Lagos Lions versus the Liquid Sports Club. Now, Bobby, apparently, we have the same score again, 38-6. 38 for the Lions and 6 for Liquid. The score, the Lions were not happy with that prediction whatsoever. They came for business. They came to hunt.
Yep.
37-0 in favor of the Lions. Bobby, your thoughts on this?
It wasn't a surprise. Wasn't a surprise. I knew with the form that the Lions are on this season, they've started off extremely aggressive. Only two teams are 4-0, and Lions is one of them right now. They are absolutely on fire, and I'm not surprised. It was expected. It was an opportunity to also give a lot of their athletes, those who don't play a lot, some playing time, and then the ones that obviously play, more than others, like Happiness. She was able to have a rest, so it was a good opportunity to get more people, involved and get because when the playoff time comes, you're gonna need a good bench and a good, good people coming off the bench. So it was good. It was good for the Lions. LSC LSC switched things up a bit. Saw Chewy QB sometimes. Different things. A new QB also came in as well. So just like in true
Right.
LSC fashion, there were new people that you've never seen before play for them. And kudos to the LSC as well. They got two picks, one from Chewy and one from another lady that's on the team. So, great stuff for them. They're gonna come back stronger next game. Hopefully, we see what we know they're capable of.
Well, well, we'd have to see, but based off of who they're matched up against
Bias.
next,
That's what you are.
well, we'll have to wait and see now, won't we? Moving on to the fourth game, the fourth and final game for week 4. We have the Titans versus the Wolverines, a real dogfight, if you will. Bobby, your prediction for this was 28-28, a tie. A tie. And I had 40-13 in favor of the Titans. Bobby, the scoreline tells a different story, but a victorious story for the purple and gold. 27 to the Titans and 16 to the Wolverines. Bobby, I'll let you go, but first let me give the team its props. Let me give the purple and gold its props.
Enjoy.
Everything, everything this week was beautiful to watch. It was beautiful to behold. The Wolverines scored first. Now, usually a lesser team, mentally would zone out, would just be like, no, it's done. Like, why would they even score at all? But the team that came out on top in this game was mentally tough through and through. They didn't let the initial score get them down. They came right back and gave it again and again and again. And it went through all the way down to the final whistle. Do not throw around the flash. Don't throw around the flash. 2 picks in this game. And if I'm not mistaken, he's averaging at least 1 pick per game. That is something. That's interesting.
That
That's
is
really interesting.
it's giving LeBron vibes right now. It's giving LeBron. Uh, no, but
Yep.
the Titans executed excellently. It was just so it was just so professional from them on both sides of the offense, defense. Everybody was on it today. And you see back to back now, the Wolverines have been strapped. The Titans, people, everybody was everywhere. The rush, I noticed the double
Yes.
rush. My goodness, was that how many sacks? Like that, this
And
QB is one of the hardest people to get a sack on because he's extremely shifty rather. Arthur is not easy to 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 sack as a QB, but the number of
yep.
sacks goes to, yes, individual brilliance, but a lot of strategy. And the Titans just executed. There was nothing flashy, no pun intended, nothing flashy in the way they played. It was straight, just efficient. It was straight up efficient. Everything they were doing, the synergy was amazing. Yeah, but again, going to the Wolverines. Like I said, back to back, they've been held to What is it, 13 and 16?
13 and 16 now. Yes.
There's a lot to think about for them. This is this is on the a good note. This is the best time for this to happen. This is the best time for them to figure themselves out, right? And why
Agree.
it's also the best time is because currently it's a bye week for them next week. So they have a long stretch till we see the Wolverines again. They have a lot to work on. Third and female needs to improve. Their synergy needs to, move to the next level. A lot of
Yep.
uncharacteristic drops in the team. I noticed that as well. And these people that dropped, we know these guys are efficient. We know what they can do. But the drops paid, and it's been difficult for them recently. They've handled it well as a team. I trust that John Casey will be able to go back to the drawing board, look at things to change. Arthur would definitely need that um help, like I said, on third and female, to get some more help, get
Yep.
some yards as well to help the team. So, at the end of the day, like I said, it's the best time for this to happen. Wolverines, can reflect on this, but the Titans are hot right now, 4-0. This is championship form. This looks like another championship season for them. That's what they'll be thinking, and of course, that's what you'll be hoping. So let's see how we go.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. Okay. So just to put things into perspective for everyone, the table as it stands right now, we have the Lions at number one, the Titans at number two, both sharing a front row record. The Spartans at number three, not far behind. They have a game in hand, which means that we're in game week 4, but they've only played 3 games. So they are currently 3-0. The Outlaws are fourth with a 2-2 record, and the Wolverines are fifth with a 2-2 as well. If you remember what Bobby put out, he's like, these five are interchangeable.
Absolutely.
These five are interchangeable. But yeah, that's currently what it is. And then sixth through ninth, we have the Giants with their 1-2 record, a game in hand as well. Mavericks with a surprising 0-3 record, but that's how things stand. The Hawks with the bye week this week that just passed, 0-3 as well, and LSC Liquid with the 0-4. That's how things stand.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, I think this is, of course, it's 100% reflective of everything that has happened, but it is very interesting because thinking about it, the top two teams are not the top two teams of last season so far. But of course, let's see how the season ends.
There's a lot more football left to be played.
A lot more football left to be played.
uh, Moving on to our next segment, we have Around the League. And on this week, we have where to find the league and how to engage. Now, we know you all watching, right, have us offline where we play, Children's International School. That's where you can find us on Sundays. Well, we also want you all to know where to find us on and how to engage and how to reach out and support the league as it is building and thriving and growing. First up, we have All About Mag, which is where you are currently watching slash listening to this on both Instagram and YouTube. Yeah, woo, woo. That's All About Mag, All About Magazine, where we break down all about CFFL, all sports, all the time. And next up, we have CFFL Africa underscore on Instagram. This is where you can find highlights of the game and just general news surrounding the league. Next up, we have community underscore FFL on TikTok. It's where you can find highlights just as on Instagram, but also live streams of the game as far as I know. Right. So yeah, so you've got that as well. On YouTube, going back again to YouTube, we have CFFL Nigeria, where you can find full recordings of the games. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And last but not the least, you have the websites where you can find all the statistics and fixtures for the game. Playpass.com. These are places where you can find the league and places where you can engage the league so that we can all grow, thrive, and just live together. It is the Community Flag Football League. We are a community. There's no community
Without
without you.
Yeah, and I just wanted to, say something as well for everyone that's watching, everyone that's an athlete playing in the league. Engage, engage posts, talk about stuff. Um, if you see a video, comment under it, share stuff. Like you have a lot of places that, of course, that we post a lot of things. We have CFL has a TikTok, they have their Instagram, they have YouTube. All these things should be full of engagement from, minimum, we could get minimum of 50 comments in every video because literally there are hundreds of athletes playing. So it's not difficult to get it. It just takes intentionality. And this is just a call for everybody to be intentional. If we get 30 reposts on every post, it's going to mean something. It's going to be a lot of growth. So please, let's be intentional. And then for athletes, even if you don't want to do that, be selfish enough to go on YouTube and cut out your amazing play or amazing touchdown and post, right? For your
Yep,
own good. Athletes now need to be more aware than ever that online, your digital platform, your digital profile, that is your CV. Your social media is to you what LinkedIn is to somebody in the corporate world. You need to be able to
yep,
build your brand. If you're playing greatly, I can't go on your page and I'm seeing one photo of you like this. What are you doing? You're doing amazing feats back to back to back, and you're not showing the world. We need to be more intentional about that as athletes. Get your brand up. Your social media is your leverage. Build a following and just make things happen. And you don't know what can happen. Flag football is on the rise. Be intentional about it and get your page going. That's all.
yep. It's called proof of concepts.
Yes,
You
sir.
can get it. All right. That has been the Around the League segment.